Today, we're peeling back the layers of musical eccentricity to unveil the wild, the weird, and the wonderfully unusual. Let's dive in and celebrate the quirks that make music truly extraordinary. Here's 10 of the weirdest samples in music. It's a known fact that gorillas aren't one bit afraid to experiment with new sounds, and this certainly applies to Saturn's bars. For this intergalactic song, they appropriately sample a children's science toy, specifically an interactive planetarium. When you hear the lyric, press the button to begin at the start, that's just a planetarium toy talking right at you.
Press the button to begin. Press the button to begin.
Paper Planes by M.I.A. This one's probably the most iconic out of the whole bunch. That unwavering British accent and the cash register chimes will stay with some of us forever. Charlie XCX, Boys. Possibly the only plumbers who have gone from fixing pipes to fixing the charts. Mario and Luigi. The unsung heroes turned musical maestros made an appearance on Charlie XCX Boys.
I was busy thinking about
Me, Mario.
Daft Punk, Contact. Does robot sampling astronauts sound strange to you? Well, that's exactly what happened at the beginning of Contact by Daft Punk. It features a transcript of a NASA space pilot describing what sounds like a UFO encounter on a Apollo 17 mission in 1972.
Hey Bob, I'm looking at what Jack was talking about, and it's definitely not a particle that's nearby. It is a bright object, and it's obviously rotating because it's flashing. It's way out in the distance, apparently rotating in a very rhythmic fashion because the flashes come around almost on time. As we look back at the Earth, it's up at about 11 o'clock, about maybe 10 or 12 Earth diameters. I don't know whether that does you any good, but there's something out there.
Now, MF Doom is kind of known for his fondness of obscure and refined samples. But was 17 of them in one song overkill? Not when you have Madlib in your arsenal of producers. Madlib samples himself under Quasimoto, his alter ego, from one of his singles from the joint album J-Lib with J Dilla, who is also featured on this with MF, and his alter ego Mad Villain.
When I try to react. When you try to react.
You still with me? Good. Then you have the sound of thunder from a song called In the Rain, because he's cooking up a storm, like what I did there. And also clipped from a Disney read-along called Acting Out the ABCs. Very on brand if you ask me.
If you'll all gather close around the phonograph and listen carefully.
If you'll all gather close around the phonograph.
House of Pain, Jump Around. If you ever attended any social gathering, chances are you defy the laws of gravity to the infectious commands from House of Pain's eternal 90s jam, Jump Around. What you didn't know is that the compelling siren-like squeal you hear is the subject to controversy. Although the crew's singer, Everlast, claims that the squeal was sampled from New York rapper Divine Stylers Ain't Saying Nothing. Musician Questlove publicly went on an interview with Newsweek to say that the sample was taken from the Prince hit Get Off. Mind you, this could easily be either samples. Drop a comment below if you think they were trying to evade the Prince's estate. Crisscross. Jump. Okay, so more jumping now. Crisscross sampled a funky worm from Proof that even the ground had a groove in the 70s. The Ohio Players.
Oh, that's funky.
Kanye, remote control. Okay, now although it's not foreign to us that Kanye has a very unorthodox style of producing, or just life choices in general, this sample in particular was still a curveball to all of us. This was taken from Glob Gab Galab, the supporting character in the animated film Stravinsky and the Mysterious House.
I am the glob glow gab galab, the schwabble double wobble gabble flibber blabber blab. I'm full of schwibble glibber kind. I am the yeast of thoughts and mind.
Let us know in the comments which ones we missed.
I am the glob glow gab galab, the schwabble double wobble gabble flibber blabber blab. I'm full of schwibble glibber kind. I am the yeast of thoughts and mind. Schwabble double glibber blabber schwibble schwab glab. Hibble double schwibble schwabble glibber glab schwab.